high major players in Brown and Cheney in the interior that were averaging about 40 and 15 amongst them. Just a really well-coached team that plays awfully hard. We got them on a good night, and when your shots go in, that helps a lot, obviously. And I can't say enough about Lucas Idle. I mean, you reward a guy because he deserves it. He deserves it because of how he works every day in practice, and he was a huge lift for us tonight. And it wasn't just because he was making shots, he was defending too. And that's why he got the nod, because of how he defended it at Ball State and how he practiced the last couple of days. So very happy for him. So is the rest of our team, but a really good win over a high-quality opponent.
Greg, on your list of coaching decisions, probably ranks high up there at Stark. Today you alluded to it already, but and you alluded to his defense. Talk about but the jolt that he gave you shooting obviously today was huge, especially in the second half.
Yeah, you guys that have seen his practice, that's what Lucas does every day, and he's done it every day since he's been here. That's why we miss Logan so much, because Logan did the same thing too. He makes a good decision easy. It's a complete credit to Lucas. It has nothing to do with what we're doing as deciding who we're starting. He gets rewarded by what he does in practice, just like the rest of the guys. And we're a hard-working group, but Lucas really deserved this, and to his credit, he answered big time.
When you were looking at film this week and you saw that zone defense, did you say, okay, we have a chance to get Lucas some shots here?
No, not at all. I tell you what, I didn't think they'd play much zone. And it took us, he did a good job of switching his defenses. I thought they had trouble keeping Jake in front of him, and he was getting Lucas those shots in the first half. We did not do much against the zone this week, so it was a good coaching move on his part. But we got good players and smart players, and got us standing around a little bit. We weren't quite sure what we were doing on some possessions, but when you have the ball going in like it was, then it's hard to play zone too.
Greg, you rarely see a player completely kind of change the tenor of the game the way Lucas did with his shooting. It became contagious for the rest of the team in terms of how you ran your offense in the second half. Talk about the jolt he gave you and how other guys then got involved and got going.
Well, it's just the way it is. And I thought in the first half, because we missed so many free throws, that really affected us. It affected our energy, and you miss, 6 or 8 free throws in the first half? 8 free throws in the first half, and you're playing a good team. You just can't do that. But anytime the ball goes in, it's a lot easier to go down on the defensive end and talk and be aggressive and do those things. But he's such a good teammate, and you saw how happy his teammates were for him. But it wasn't just him, too. I mean, he was terrific at both ends, and the rest of those guys, it just gives you more confidence. It really does. And we're a team that I think in the future is going to have a lot of confidence at that offensive end, because we have a lot of guys that can do stuff. And as long as they keep guarding, I'll let them do about anything they want to at the other end.
The defense on Brown and Cheney was pretty stout throughout the game, and that helped. That kind of kept you in it in the first half. Brown, of course, got into foul trouble. But talk about the defense on those two guys that have been very good this year. And they weren't really very effective.
When Brown went out, all their other guys stepped up and made really play. The rest of those guys that came in hurt us. So Brown's just a very good player. You can't just guard him with one guy. We tried to make it as difficult as we could for him to catch it. Then we always had at least really had a help guy down in there. So it makes it hard on those guys. They have to give it up, and their other guys have to make plays. And Cheney's just a good player that made some big plays. You saw what kind of a special athlete he is. But for the most part, if you make him take a tough shot at that end, which we did probably 80% of the time, more often than good, you're going to come out ahead.
Coach, you mentioned these guys playing together on the offensive end. I've never seen a guy not miss a shot and be so unselfish. And he didn't force one all day. 9 for 9, and Lucas didn't force one. Usually when a guy's that hot, he'll kind of keep shooting it a little bit. And he didn't take one bad shot all day long.
Because he's a smart player. When he doesn't have the shot, he's going to get it to an open teammate. And, you got guys like DeJuan and Jake out there, drawing the help. And Jake's going to, he's going to pick their poison. He's going to dictate what they do. At Ball State, he had to score. They weren't leaving those guys as much. He was getting in there deep and getting to the foul line. Lucas, they made the mistake of leaving him a little bit, and it's hard because if Jake's driving or other guys are getting deep, you've got to help. You have to collapse your defense a little bit, and Lucas is smart. He gets in there behind those guys and knocks it down. I think we only ran a couple things for him to get a shot, and he made both of those too. So, and when the ball's going in, it helps a lot. So we're fortunate.
If it wasn't for Lucas's performance, we probably would be talking a lot more about Christian Smith, who seems to really be coming along.
Yeah, he's just going to keep getting better. You're talking about a guy that he couldn't play last year. I mean, he took the whole year off, and anytime you take a day or two off, that affects you, let alone doing the whole year. So he brings it every day in practice. He's a great communicator on the defensive end, as you guys can probably tell. When he got on Brown in the inside, he did a heck of a job against it. And he's a special athlete. He really is. And we'll do a better job as we go along, helping him find his spots and doing some better things. But he's a tough guy at both ends of the floor.
Greg, are you